F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
Welcome, everyone, to a wide range of conversations with Rick and Eric.
About that Quiet on the Set movie, the guy who plays Spencer is now, he quit Nickelodeon after this came out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Because he did something, or because...
No, because he was the only one protecting the kids on set the whole time.
Oh.
And so he kind of had an idea things were going on, but didn't know. So after this came out and everybody is talking, because they paid literally each one of them $300,000 to shut the fuck up forever.
Oh. Word.
But NDAs aren't forever.
Right on. Well, welcome, everyone,
We're,
to a brand new episode of Wide Range of Conversations with Rick and Eric. I am Eric.
And I am now the owner of Silverbolt Rick.
Yeah, you were pumped.
I really am. Like, after yesterday, I needed a win. So,
yeah, we're possibly gonna. I don't know if you're paying attention to the internet and seeing the what's it called again? Quiet on the Set. Seeing the Quiet on the Set thing about Nickelodeon back in the day. We're thinking about watching it, but I also don't want my childhood to be ruined. And everyone says it's gonna ruin your childhood.
yeah, I think I'm going to watch, like I said, when I get home tonight, I'll watch the first episode and I'll text you. And it's either going to be like, yeah, this isn't that bad, or B, it's going to be, no, we're not doing this. We'll do literally anything else. So,
But yeah, we're back for another episode. Me and Rick literally just got back from the Midland Mall visiting TNT Toys and Collectibles one more time. We talked about it on the last episode, and this has now become a dangerous store.
yep.
Rick was scrolling through their Instagram and found something that he was looking for, and they were cool enough to fucking hold it for him. So if you do ever check out their Instagram, they will hold shit for you.
Yeah, I just shouted them out on my current story with what I got, but there'll be more. Well, we're going to post them on the actual show website too. So,
But yeah, so Rick walked in with some pops to trade in, walked in for one thing and walked out with 6.
I don't want to talk about it. Rick really likes Beast Wars and old X-Men, okay?
And I walked in just to look around and walked out with a bunch of shit myself.
Yeah.
Got myself a cool fucking collectibles Green Ranger watch from back in the day.
It looks really neat.
I checked the back of it for the date, and it's marked 1994, so it's so it's OG. Got a couple double sets of the crossovers between Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, and then bought a 4-pack of the Ninja Turtles that look like the old 80s cartoon versions and their little disguises and shit. It comes with heads and masks you can pop off and a whole bunch of shit. So,
Which you'll never open, probably.
no.
Look at all this cool stuff you could do. Nope, cannot.
Yeah, I'll probably lose half of it. I'm not gonna open shit until I get like something to put all the little pieces in.
Yeah.
This dude that Rachel used to work with, he collects a bunch of shit and figures, and that's what he does is like flip figures and stuff too. But he has like a little tackle box looking thing where everything's separate, where he puts all the added in the extra hands when they send you like 16 pairs of fucking hands and shit.
Yeah.
And whatever else. Like the John Wick figure that I have came with like 4 different pairs of hands.
That's too many hands.
And it's like one's to put the guns in, and then one that has like his hand with a pencil in it from the story where they say he stabs people with a pencil and shit. But yeah, we were gonna. I was gonna hit up the barbecue place there, but I already spent too much money, so we just wandered out.
You get that part in the day when you spend so much money that you're like, oh,
I should stop. Yeah, that after that and 2 pairs of shoes. One that I needed because I needed a new pair of shoes because they were blown out, and the other ones just because they looked cool.
Yeah.
And they were on sale. So
hell yeah, sale, brother.
Other than that shit, back into the workforce. As some know, I was not working for a while. Been back at work for a hot minute, back dealing with the public, and that's been a quote-unquote joy.
Yeah. Me too. I love everything I do. I have no complaints. I am not at all looking forward to, not this week, but after next week. I think I work until Wednesday, and then I have the rest of the week off.
Oh. Because of Easter?
No.
Oh.
I took time off because I haven't had time off since October.
Oh.
And I'm feeling a little stabby.
Word. Yeah, I don't have any of that. I don't have... I've not been there long enough to be like, hey, I'm taking time off.
Yeah, I am at my maximum for how much time I get off because of how long I've been at my company.
Oh.
So it's like I have to start using it now.
Or they're just going to be like, sorry, you're fucked.
Well, no, my boss will just be like, you're taking time off. He'll just give me the time off.
Oh.
Because he's not one of those.
We'll just use it or you lose it fucking guys.
Yeah, he'll be like, no, I'm just marking you time off and get out.
Yeah.
So, which is good. I love having a boss like that. Don't get me wrong. But
Right.
I have a lot of time
You
off.
take like a half a week off or are you going to take, oh.
So I took like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off.
Right on. We'll save it for when our discussion of going to Chicago.
That's already been planned.
Okay.
We just don't know it yet.
Okay.
You just have to let me know when you get time off. But yeah, shout out to Kim Shady. We're going to be coming to your neck of the woods in probably October.
Right. I didn't want to go when it was warm because I don't want to walk around when it's fucking hot. And the only place that I can think of that I for sure want to go is the Pro Wrestling Tee Shop. The actual, like...
Is there one there?
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
Hell yeah. There's some really cool, like, collectible stops in place like that. Like, and I want to go to that arcade that... was that Matt and Mark went to?
Oh, the Galloping Ghost one where you pay all day. You pay one price and you can just leave and come back all fucking day and play.
That seems
Yeah,
rad.
yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
So we'll have to really think about it. This is going to be a strategic, like, we plan every piece of it.
Yeah. Kim suggested not an Airbnb.
Well, that's probably smart.
And to like check out the hotels.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, we can't stay with you. She's like, I can barely handle it when Caleb stays with me.
I think we'd be less of a whatever than Caleb would be. Like, we're old now, so I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to sleep over here.
But yeah, that'll be an adventure. I'm hoping to find some way for us to... I have GarageBand on my phone. So hopefully I can find some way for us to fucking record bits while we're there and then use them later and shit like that. So that'll be something to look forward to in the future. And I did not turn my email off. And that's how Rachel found out that I spent the money that I spent today.
And now we know.
Sometimes you just got to treat yourself.
It's just sorry for the hacking up a lung thing. I don't know what's going on, but
I know what's going on. We talked about it. It literally went from fucking 60, 70 degrees here in Michigan. And we had a fucking snowstorm.
Yeah, that happened.
That snowed fucking 6 inches of snow. And now that shit's already melted. And tomorrow it's going to be back in the 50s.
Yeah,
so,
that could be why.
Anyone that's got fucking wrecked sinuses are even more wrecked.
Yeah.
And then
I'm just going to be sounding kind of like this for the rest of the episode.
You just smoke. The child sounds like he fucking smokes 10 packs a day right now with his fucking hack shit because he's got fucking terrible sinuses. Yeah. There was a video I don't know if I sent it to you, but there's a dude that has a deviated septum and shit, and he gets his fucking sinuses adjusted.
The fuck does that mean?
So by a chiropractor. So the chiropractor shoves this fucking bag thing up his nose and like tells him to take a breath, and it's got a little pump thing like you use for your to check your, what is that? Your blood pressure.
Yeah.
And he's like tells me, he just hits the fucking, and it must be like a quick, like the balloon must expand real fast, like whatever, and you can hear fucking, and then he pulls it back out, and the guy's like, did you hear it crack? And he's like, yeah, and he does the other side, and he has him sit up, and he's like, now breathe, and he's like, holy shit, and he's like, I can actually breathe out of both sides of my face and everything, and
That's
I'm like,
so scary though.
Like, I'm like, man, that looks like it would fucking be awesome after it's done, but during the whole time I'd just be pissing myself.
They've told me like for years I've had a deviate, like a crazy, like I need surgery, deviated septum.
Oh, maybe that would fix it.
Well, that's the thing, because we live in America, and in America, no matter what you do, it's going to cost you. As soon as you say the word surgery, it's at least $20 grand.
Just to say the words.
The word.
Just to think about it.
So that's why I haven't done it yet. For the 2 years that they've been like, you should do this. It'll help you breathe better. And I'm like, I guess. But, I still can't pay off things. And like I was just telling Eric on the way here, my mortgage is about to go up. This is some real life shit here. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
When are we going to get a little French?
What?
It's a little French.
A little French?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like the country?
Yeah.
Why? What's happening in France?
Do you not know that phrase?
No.
You get a little French when...
I mean, I know a little French for another meaning.
A little French in the terms of this means you're offing with some people's heads.
Oh, okay.
because she was like, let them eat cake. And then they were like, no, bitch, no.
Oh.
And then they literally lobbed her head off in the middle of the town square. And
Word.
yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to have to remember that for low-key, like, I'm about to give a little bit of French to this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then people are going to be like, you didn't make out with that man? Like, no. That's Rick's
different.
job.
Maybe. What's he like to eat?
Has he seen the movie Saltburn yet?
Which character do you most relate to?
I brought that movie up at work and no one's seen it. And I'm like, if you get a chance,
listen to our episode.
I'm like, watch it and just let me know.
Just listen to our episode on Saltburn, and it'll be the same for you.
Yeah,
But
and I was like, one person at work, I described the bathtub thing a little bit because I know that she's never gonna watch it, and like she was like me. We both were like more grossed out about the drain than anything.
Yeah.
like this man put his whole damn tongue in the drain. It's like unsalted Pringles.
Weirdly enough, I have that weird thing where I could just taste it. You ever have like when something is so gross, you can think like you taste it.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, it just tastes like metal. I'm just more thinking like the consistency of anything that's built up in there.
Yeah, who knows what's in there?
Right.
You don't know.
Okay. Now that I'm fucking gonna throw up. Yeah, other than that, fucking went back to the gym, got my Planet Fatness fucking black card membership. Went and joined Rachel, who's been more dedicated than I am for the past, I think she's been going for a couple months.
Hell yeah.
Or something like that. So decided to go, went in there and tried to go mellow, be like, I'm starting back, whatever. Didn't listen to myself. So for the next 2 days, today's the first day my arms haven't fucking felt like they were paralyzed from lifting. And then went and decided to do their tanner. And they have like a hybrid tanner that has tanning bulbs and red light.
Oh.
And it's supposed to like help with your skin and shit like that. And dude's like, you want to go full time? I went, fuck it. So I did the full 9 minutes thinking, Mexican blood would kick in. Got in the car. Rachel's like, how long did you go? I went full time. She's like, fuck you. I had to start with like 3 minutes because of her fucking ginger hair. She burns easy. But I got burnt to fuck. So yeah, I'm not bad, but enough to where I was like, oh, yep, that's a sunburn. And then today I'm all like itchy and I'm like trying to not peel skin and be like fucking gold member. I'm like, oh,
shave me from my shelf.
yes.
No, I don't. I think you texted me and I was like, yeah, because the sun is my natural enemy or our natural enemy. And you're like, no, just you. And I'm like, that checks out.
Yeah.
Elena Urquhart from Morbid added me. Did I show you that?
You told me that she commented on your comment on TikTok, but you didn't. She added you on TikTok?
Not added, but like at the symbol. Like,
no.
She responded back to me.
Was that the one that you told me about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, well, because I called her a gothic unicorn queen. And she's like, this is the greatest compliment. And I'm like, you're welcome. You deserve it. It was after I reserved her book. So we're friends now, too.
Yeah, I
kidding.
I screenshot the comment and then I sent it to Rachel and she was like, Ricky already sent me this. She's like, he already told me. He already freaked out and told me that she responded to his comment. And apparently she pre-ordered 2 copies of her book, one signed, one not signed. So I'm assuming she's going to put one up and not touch and read the other one.
I got the one that's signed, but I'm going to, you can just take off the part that's signed, I'm hoping. But
what do you mean take it off?
Well, it's got a book cover on it, doesn't it? Most of them just have book covers.
Nah.
Do I not know how books work?
Hardcovers have that little plastic thing that you can take off, but normally paperbacks, the cover's the cover.
Oh, it's hardcover first.
Okay. Then,
always the first round is hardcover.
Oh, okay. Then I believe it should have a little thing that comes off.
That I'll keep, but
right on.
That's what's happening in our lives right now.
And so then this week, Rick decided to pick out the movie from the terribleness that I picked out last episode.
We needed something good.
The sloth. And
it's just the slaw and then how our throat feels this week.
Right.
What the fuck was that movie?
I don't know.
Still, to this day.
Rachel was listening to some episode of Morbid when we were on their way to get her oil change, and they were talking about the monster. I don't know what exactly
The sloth.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what episode she was listening to, but she was like, I think they're talking about that monster that you guys just watched that movie about. I'm
See?
like, the Heinz monster?
Intrinsically linked, guys. We should.
Yeah, you need to.
We need to get more popular so we can be friends with them.
Yes, just let us on more on your whole network. We'll just live in a corner somewhere and just.
You don't ever have to talk to us.
No, we just.
I'll
wanna...
live off of your scraps.
Yeah, we just want to siphon off your popularity. Between you and Horror Soup, we'll just siphon our energy off of the popularity of the two of you, and just live there. Yeah, we'll be like the possums of the Morbid Network. Just,
oh, I love that actually.
Just off in the corner in the darkness, somebody shines the light at us. What do you want? We need you guys to show up and be funny. Oh, okay.
Oh, we can do that.
We can do that.
Hang on. Let me get a drink. Hang on. Here, get my notes out.
Yeah, which Eddie was looking for people to be on the show, their beers, babble, and buckheads.
Yeah, it's a gimmick now. We should, yeah, I don't know. When was that? That was last week, wasn't it?
No, I think it's just upcoming Wednesday, but I don't know if they're trying to do it as late as I get out of work. But anyway, Rick picked out the movie Babysitter, which I had not seen, and he had not seen. Also, Rachel apparently asked me if we were going to watch the sequel.
Oh, probably.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
It's not as good as the first one. I've seen both of them once, but it's been so long that's like rewatching it again. This came out in 2017, so
okay.
At first I'm like, oh, that wasn't that. No, that's very long ago, Rick. 7 years ago.
Yeah. That just made me shake my head.
Mental math, and I did it with my hands. No one saw it. I'm like 7.
Yeah.
Like a fucking weird queer Diamond Dallas Page. Bang.
Self high five. So
I gave myself a headache for laughing so much.
So on that note, we're gonna fucking dive into Rick's pick this week, which is the movie Babysitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn, pop, and alcoholic beverages. It's movie time with Rick and Eric.
Wendy's uses sweet pickles though. They don't use dill pickles. They're like the only place that I know that doesn't use dill pickles.
Shut the fuck up.
You've never noticed that before?
No.
If next time you go there and you get like a Dave's whatever, just a single thing.
Now I don't want them. Sweet pickles piss me off.
Yeah, I'm like 95% sure that they're sweet pickles and not dill pickles.
I don't even care that we're not talking about the movie right now. This is a hot debate.
That's why I hit record right before I fucking brought it up, because you look confused when I mentioned.
I'm pissed off about it now. Who the fuck uses a sweet pickle? Nobody should.
Yeah, because I normally all I've ever gotten there from the beginning of time, back when they had the 99-cent menu and you could get fucking 4 things for $4.20.
Yeah,
we'll just get the fucking junior bacon cheeseburger and some nugs and fries.
Right.
And that was it. And then the one time I had a fucking actual Dave's single or whatever the fuck, I got it. I'm like, there's sweet pickles on this fucking thing.
Are they different now? Or are this just always the way they've been? Do I not get pickles at Wendy's?
I don't know.
Maybe
Do you normally
just
just get a Dave's single thing, or what?
No, normally I would just get like a junior bacon cheeseburger, but they don't come with pickles.
No, they don't come with pickles.
So how long has this been going on behind closed doors, Wendy's?
Quiet on the set.
Let us go home, Dan. Just wait till you see that clip. It's scary. But no, for real now. Listen.
Or
I'm
I
not
get,
fucking
or
around
I get
anymore.
like the spicy chicken, but that doesn't come with pickles either. So literally, yeah. The one time I randomly got a Dave's single thing that had sweet pickles on it.
Everybody let us know. When the last time you were at a Wendy's and what pickles do they use?
I'm like now we're gonna have to go to Wendy's after this, and I'm gonna get one just for you to try it and be like,
No, I'm not gonna eat that pickle. I can't eat. No, because the thought of knowing it might be a sweet pickle, that pisses me off more than you think it should.
more. I'm not gonna eat that pickle.
What if it's a fucking sweet pickle? I swear to Christ, Eric, if you feed me a sweet pickle, I'm pissed off now.
I don't know. Your shirts are too small.
I'm pissed now. Yeah. What does he say before that?
I don't know.
It's like,
I don't know.
I don't remember now either. We did that all the time, back and forth to each other for the longest time.
Luger rant. Yeah. That's what he.
I'm pissed now.
Yeah, because he tries to pull the shirt off, and the shirt doesn't come off right away, and he's blabbing about who he's supposed to face, and he's like, "I'm facing. I don't know," and he tries to pull the shirt off, and your shirts are just. I'm pissed now, and then just leaves. Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, so we watched The Babysitter.
I was going to talk about it, but I'm going to burp puke in a second.
And Rick has seen it. Like I said before, I have not seen it before, and it was pretty entertaining.
That was a weird, gross burp.
It's because you were thinking about the sweet pickles.
Yeah, I think it's coming back up. Which, your floor ate my Cheetos. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah. Gravity said no.
Yeah. I think it was just the universe going...
landed in the most fucking perfect way. Like, when they say you drop like a sandwich and it always falls like peanut butter side down or some shit. That's exact. The bag literally just went complete.
I'm not even mad about it, honestly. That's just the universe going, hey, Rick, you probably shouldn't be eating a whole bag of Cheetos. And I'm like, you're right.
Especially after you just got done fucking pissing out your ass. And catching them all. So anyway.
So The Babysitter has a 6.3 on IMDb, which I think is kind of low, honestly. This spoiler alert, I really like this movie. So, the tomato meter is 71%. The audience score is 62%. Letterboxd has a 2.7, little over half. That's, I guess, fair. But, this was made in 2017, which was crazy. Because in my head, 2017 was like 2 years ago.
Right.
It's just kind of like when people say, "Oh, the '80s." I'm like, "Oh yeah, 20 years ago."
Yeah, I was just talking about the summer of 2016 when Pokemon Go came out in the world.
That was the best. Yeah, before all the shit happened, bring that back.
When everybody was downtown wandering around Pokemon hunting, they had the guy with his backpack with a speaker just had music going while everybody was walking around.
Hell yeah.
We were all playing Overwatch, Team Whiskey Dick. Yeah.
All right. So, and then we're going to open up with just a really weird blue background. It's got like shots and band-aids and like this. The blue is atrocious, that background. And then we have a shirtless kid who's just real pissed off because some black guy's trying to give him a shot. And it's...
He doesn't like needles as well.
Yeah, which I have that's on here. It's tryptomanophobia. Fear of needles.
Oh.
I wrote it down. Just because you feel sick now, don't mean you don't need a shot. He says to him. And that, what now? I mean, I guess like if it's like a immunization or something like that.
That's like probably what it was.
I mean, I got a COVID shot. Oh, wasn't it a flu shot or some shit?
Maybe.
I think they talk about that. That's crazy though. They know this kid's afraid of it, and he's just like, don't piss your pants, kid.
Maybe it's a preempted COVID shot. They were calling it before it needed to.
Maybe it's 2017. Who knew? And then, so the kid's obviously like, no, man, no. And then he looks at the kid and goes, take the shot like you take some ass. Huh?
I don't.
I have questions.
I have no idea. I was like, what?
How do you take ass? Like, you can get ass.
Maybe that's.
You can give ass, I suppose. I guess write it in.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can definitely give and get ass. Yeah. But like,
take it? To take ass?
I mean, I guess you're getting it.
It's the same. Maybe it's a matter of semantics.
Depends on the side of the ass that you're on.
Let's move on.
Are you throwing the ass? Or are you catching the ass? In which case...
No, I've thrown ass in my day. However... the kid gets a shot, and then he screams with like the typical like 90s scream. Ah! then we zoom out, and he's just like, "Oh man, I got a shot." And then he gets hit in the face with a dodgeball, and then it's like, whoosh, the Babysitter
Yeah.
title card. And then literally right after that, some jock walks into shot, and he just goes, like, crotch chops, and he goes, "Pussy," and then keeps walking. And I thought that was pretty cool. Ooh. So then what they do in this movie too is every time it's the main character and that other girl that he's got his love interest with, the other younger girl, they're in normal speed, but everybody else is slower around them. And I think that's weird. It's a cool touch, but it's weird.
What?
Have you not noticed that?
No.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. I didn't write it down every time it happens, but it does happen. Like they're out there having a discussion. They're talking about the one girl's like, there was only one baby born on the Mayflower. And then, so it technically didn't have a nationality because it was born in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And his name was Oceanus. And I'm like, that's a crazy name.
Yeah.
You know that kid got burned like on the stake as soon as he got back to America.
Was that when they were sitting on the bus talking?
No, that was when they were on the foot of the. It's the very, very beginning when they're sitting on the foot of the steps there.
I must have missed
talking.
that part.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oceanus. That's a cool name though.
Yeah.
Name something that. Name your next pet Oceanus.
Right.
Unless it doesn't fit, then don't do it. But send us a picture of an animal you would name Oceanus. I'm here.
It should be a black lab.
Aw, I love that. And then she says something along the lines of, "No one learns anything from class or school. That's why we have the internet." And I go, yeah.
Legit.
Yeah. And then her gross step. Oh, I'm sorry. You were going to say something?
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say fucking that's legit because fucking the child can cite off shit that he's learned in school here and there, but I've watched this kid sit here and fucking code Minecraft from the little cheat thing where you can put in your own codes and change up shit off the top of his head and just sit there for like 20 minutes just fucking doing HTML. And I'm like, you can do this shit, but you can't remember to fucking turn in your homework, guy. Yeah. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so then her gross stepdad pulls up in the small dick mobile. Look at it. He's got... You can't have the poor mustache and the small dick car. You can have one of those things. You can't have both. And this is just me helping out all the men out there. You can have a mustache. You can have a bad car. Can't have them together.
Right.
Just helping you out. They mentioned something about a colonoscopy in there, and I didn't catch it right away. And I thought that was crazy, too. I'm like, why are we talking about this? And they show his bullies who are, like, beating his ass all the time. Yeah. One of them looks like Andre the Giant's kid. And I wrote that note down. Like, they only show him for a hot second, but he's just looking at the camera like, fuck this. And I'm like, that is Andre the Giant's son. That poor child. But he's not big. If you're going to be Andre the Giant's kid and you're not big, come on. You're just going to look like Andre the Giant? That's not fair. Yeah. The world did you dirty. Oh. Hey, God.
Vamping. Ooh, acid reflux.
Yep. That was... Okay. I don't know what it says here. Pops the something... I don't know what I was writing. What the fuck was I writing?
I don't know.
Was I drunk when I did this? I might have been. When did we watch this? Was it Friday night?
Yeah.
It was Thursday night.
No.
Anyway. I don't even remember anymore.
I don't remember now either.
Oh, so in walks, I didn't write people's names down in this. I'm terrible at note taking. But the main character girl is a blonde bombshell, and then she just walks out of this really shitty looking Jeep. It's not a Jeep though. It's just, I don't know what kind of car she's driving.
It was a Jeep.
Was it a Jeep?
Yeah.
But it looks like it's just a truck that they took the top off of, and you can clearly tell this isn't California.
Jeeps were pretty much...
Can you imagine having that car here?
What?
A car with no top on it here living in Michigan? That would be crazy.
I had a convertible for a while, remember?
You did, but it could go up. But this just doesn't have a top. Or does it just go on separately?
Some of them you can just take off and set them off to the side,
Oh.
and then when you need to, put them back on.
So it's like Legos, but for cars.
Yeah, and I'm
Lego
pretty sure Jeff Hildebrandt has a black Jeep like that. Because the doors, I know his doors come off and
Yeah.
everything, and fucking...
Listen, having a Jeep is kind of like having a cult. You kind of are in a cult, right? That's a thing. They do this weird wave thing I've noticed, and they have to have rubber duckies in them.
The ducks, I don't know about
There's a wave.
the wave, but I know about the ducks.
What is
They're just... if
Jeep
you-
owners? Right.
Yeah, if it's... no, this has been explained to me. If you see a Jeep that you like or something, it's just a thing to leave a little rubber ducky, and like some of them fucking they'll... I don't know. It's just that's what how it explained to me. So
I don't like what's happening. Let's move on. So this chick, she's banging.
B is her name, by the way.
B.
B.
You're right.
The main chick is B.
B. She's banging, and that's me saying it. So that's saying something. They're in that weird car. Someone she referred to as, they're having a conversation about her being loose. And he refers to her as a Protestant
Oh yeah.
when he means prostitute.
Oh no, he they were talking about how he something about being paid to be friends.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, does that make me your Protestant? And
Yeah.
she's like, what? And she's like, oh, you mean prostitute? So no, technically, I get paid to hang out with you, so that makes me. Never mind. She's like, that's the worst reference.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. That's crazy. They do a weird ET finger thing when they leave.
Fuck
'cause
ET.
Yeah. You didn't like ET.
No, ET's terrifying.
ET
There
is
was a fucking ET toy when we were there today that was about a foot or so tall, and I cut around the corner and saw it, went oh, for a second, and moved past.
ET just looks like a scrotum. Does that help you?
A little bit.
Okay.
He still has weird fucking eyes.
Weird scrotum eyeballs. You know, whatever. So they do the ET thing. I don't. Cole's mom is in the crawl space. Oh yeah, because he shows up there and he's like, "Mom, where are you?" And she's in this crawl space. Why are there spiders like that there? Does Californians, do they have just tarantulas about?
They might. It's hot weather, hot tropic weather.
You're right. That's crazy though.
Crawl spaces are
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
They're like, "Oh, hand me these mouse traps for the spiders." What? And then they have a whole conversation about him knowing what pussy is. Like, oh, that means you're afraid of everything. So then I just wrote down pussy is afraid of everything. To which I say, I don't think so. They're the strongest of the genitals. They can shit out a whole human. This, if I get a stone coming out of it, a quarter of a millimeter, I'm dead. Come on. Oh. Well, lots of things are. Oh, I wrote this down too because you're in a time of your life where a lot of things are scary. That never ends.
No.
So they're trying to make him feel better. Like, oh, growing up, sometimes things are scary. It doesn't end. I'm still scared about lots. And I'm pretty old. And some say I have my shit together. I disagree. Not the hard. Oh, because somebody says the hard R, not the other N word, but the other R that you can't say.
Oh yeah, he said retarded, and she's like, you can never say retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said pussy, and that's okay. So that's a thing.
Yeah, he even said that. He's like, so I can say pussy, but I can't say retarded. And
Yeah.
she's like, ah.
Kind of. And then they're alone in a parking lot. Why does she say unclench the sphincter? What does that mean?
Like unclench your asshole.
Yeah. What is that? I just wrote down that because I thought it was funny.
Do you not know what it means?
No, I know what it means,
Oh.
but I don't know why she said it.
Oh, I don't remember.
Maybe
what she
somebody
said.
was like nervous or something. I don't
Yeah.
remember. So they're in like this weird parking lot, and it's her, like B and her friends or something. And cat. She's into it. They started to put the key into the ignition, and there's a cool dad. I don't know what that means. Oh, he does donuts. Oh, I'm remembering everything that happened now. So after that, they're alone in the parking lot where Cole, the main character, is in with his dad, and they're having like a dad-son talk.
He's trying to teach him how to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we're going to put the key in the ignition. He's like, well, you did real good this time, bud. You got the key in the ignition.
And he started it.
And he started the car. There we go.
Yeah.
Because he says unclench your sphincter because he was nervous at the car.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah. And then his dad hops in. They do donuts.
Yeah. And then for some reason he gets back and they make a Mad Men reference. And the kid watches all of the Mad Men in one night.
Well, he goes in there and his mom's doing something, sitting in the corner doing something. And his dad was watching Mad Men on a laptop. And he's like, what are you doing, binging Mad Men again? And then he said, yeah, you're not old enough to watch it. So
he did it anyway.
Yeah, so instead he Googled it and watched it all in one night.
That's crazy. I don't know how I could watch an entire show in one night like that. Anyway. So then after he doesn't sleep the whole night, the next scene is him stabbing the fuck out of a monster truck with a giant butcher knife.
Yeah, he was trying to take it apart.
Oh, I don't think that's the way you take stuff apart.
That's why his dad came in going, whoa, what are you doing?
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, I was going to add a booster or whatever the fuck he was going to do to it. And he's like, yeah, you should probably not take it apart with this, though.
Yeah, it's probably not a great idea.
Right.
That's a good dad. I forget, what's his name? He's in that movie with, is it Bad Milo? It's the same guy that's in Bad Milo.
Yeah.
I didn't write down people's names because we were like, let's go watch this movie.
Ken Marino.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. So we're back on the bus, and he's talking to his air quotes girl / friend, and that babysitters do it after that you go to sleep, and so they make a pact that he's gonna stay awake and he's gonna watch him do it,
or he's just gonna see what she does after.
And then he basically calls him a cuck. And then every episode now is a cuck.
Yeah, and then, so what? The orgy thing. He looks up orgy later after they're hanging out and making pizza and dancing. And you're like, this looks like a shit ton of fun when they have the light on.
Oh yeah. Well, no, because we're not there yet. Because they're talking about the mom and dad are leaving. They're gonna be at the Hyatt, and they're like, be in Ted by bed. Wow. Mm-hmm. Be in bed by 10. That's crazy. He's 14 or 15. Is that how old he is in this movie? Probably 15. I don't remember. And then what's his name's taking his jorts with him, and I say jorts are in.
Well,
he's hot enough.
Trunks. Yeah.
Let's see it. Get it. And then right here, disco on the dance floor. There's gonna be murder, probably. And then they're having this really big. Because they go out and they swim in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid has his first sexual experience right then and there, seeing her in the bikini again. And then, so they're talking about if you have 5 seats to save the world or something like that. I don't remember what the question was.
It was like your science fiction mega team to face a big bad and save the universe.
And hers is Picard, Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, Ripley from Alien, and then the one xenomorph egg. And then they're talking back and forth how that would work out. And then he goes, well, it took a dick to save the galaxy. What? I mean, I guess. What are you doing? And then they're hanging out watching. They have a projector on the lawn watching old Western movies. That sounds fun as shit. I have all of those things at my house, and I think we're going to do that this fall.
I said all you needed was a big sheet.
Let's go. You know what I mean? That looks fun. Let's go. Watch some old ass horror movies out there. Eat some popcorn. I'll have my smokeless fire pit this year, probably.
That'll probably bring the crackheads over, though.
How do you
from across the street?
How do you scare away a crackhead?
I don't know.
Just make police noises?
Maybe.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to. And then they're just gone.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Whoop, whoop.
And then they're upside down on the couch and they're having girl talk. And then it just says "your asshole." What does that mean? Is that just a note that somebody said? I think so.
Maybe because he was talking about. She was saying that his friend / girlfriend, whatever, was cute. He's like, she's all right, and she's like, no, she's more than okay. I think she's super cute.
Oh yeah, that's what's happening. And then they make really awkward eye contact. I don't know if that girl's into him or not.
Yeah.
There's something going on. And then that makes her kind of a pedophile.
Right.
I think she's 17.
Oh, I don't know. Did they specify?
I don't know. I don't like it. It says it here. My dad lets me drink Mike's all the time because she offers to get him a drink, and she's like, "Have you even drank alcohol before?" And he's like, "My dad lets me drink Mike's all the time." And she said, "That's the coolest thing I've ever heard." Oh, that's crazy. That's the cool. Ooh.
Yeah, I can take a shot, girl. I drink Mike's hard lemonade all the time.
She gives him a shot of, I don't remember, it was some sort of tequila or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think
And then she walks away, and then he dumps it into the plant. I just made a jerking off motion. He doesn't jerk off a plant.
Or into the plant.
That we know of. His not girlfriend calls him a cuck at this point because he goes back upstairs and is like, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to catch him doing it. Kind of. Oh, that's fucked up. I forgot. I wrote this down too. He's like, thanks for knowing me and treating me like I'm okay. That hurt my heart.
That was at the end.
No.
Or no, was that when they were laying on the couch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That made me really sad. I'm like, he just wants to feel accepted. Oh. And then she claims that she likes weird all the time because he thinks he's too weird. And that's their relationship, besides what's about to happen, is very cute.
Yeah.
Like, they could be very good friends, but probably doing it later in life. Who knows? And then we get a time lapse past 11:30. And then we have all these people who are downstairs. We have Max, who is the jock. We have Allison, who's, I guess, just kind of a slutty cheerleader. We have John, he's from Wildin' Out, is what I wrote down. That one guy, the one black guy.
King Bach.
Yeah. And we have Sonia, who's just Asian. That's her gimmick, I guess. That's something.
Yeah.
They don't really give her a whole lot. She gets kind of crazy later on. But and then we have Samuel, who is the biggest dork I've ever seen in my life. And that's coming from me. So Cole is getting... Oh, yeah. They are playing Spin the Bottle, and Cole is getting his sexual awakening by watching the two girls make out for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. It's very misophonia because they're into the microphone. There's licking involved. That happens. Alice. Oh, yeah. This is the part that grossed me out at the same time. She takes Allison's gum out of her mouth because they were making out and then gives it back to her. That's gross.
It was her gum.
No, it was Allison's gum.
I know, but she gave it back to her.
But it was in her. No, let's not swap gum.
They had each other's tongue in each other's mouth.
Yeah, I know I have to get over it at some point, but come on. Let's just like... The things I've done, let's move on. COVID has changed me as a person. All right, so they're hyping up Sam because he gets to make out with this hot girl. I'd make out with the hot girl right now. No hyping up needed. I don't know about you, Eric. Hot guy, hot girl, whatever it is. If they spin the bottle and they're like, oh, you got to make out with them. Shucks.
Oh, you talking about the nerdy guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I don't want to kiss anybody. Do it. Don't be such a pussy. We found out that they're afraid of everything, remember, earlier?
Right.
And then she kisses him gently, and you think, oh, wow, what a nice... And then you see above where they slowly pan the camera up, and she's got two knives and just fucking jams them into his skull, and he is super dead.
No, he's not. He was still alive.
Oh, yeah, because they left the knives in there, and he's like, there's knives in me.
Yeah.
And I can't feel things.
Before that, when all the people showed up, though, and Cole was talking to his friend, and she's like, maybe it's an orgy. And then he looked up online what an orgy was. And he's just sitting there. They just show him fucking, like, watching a clip. And that was before he sneaks out to go see what they're doing.
It would have been a +1 for me if, like, Blue Monday would have just started playing because it was orgy. How does it feel? That'd be
No,
don't
that
sue us,
song's-
Orgy.
Yeah, no, that song's gonna be. I don't think they can.
Well, yeah. I wrote down Cole shits an entire Rob Zombie's brick house after this happens, and does. Things get very messy when you make a deal with the devil, she says, as she like rips out the knives because they're trying to catch this blood because they need it for the ritual. Oh yeah, and that black guy says Carrie would have been cool because she would have been covered in Hennessy if she was black. That's crazy. And then they're talking about how nobody really does sacrifices, and she's like, people have always done sacrifices. Right. And I'm like, kind of, yeah. And then this is the part where I didn't get the whole quote written down, but it's like Jews have their verses, Christians have their Bible, and devils have their something. I don't remember what it says, but oh yeah, he has to protect. Out of nowhere, he just like stands up and he's like, I have to protect myself, and then grabs that pocket knife.
He called 911.
Oh, you're right.
And they're like, stay hidden, whatever, and trying to tell him to stay low. And then he just, I must protect myself in the house. Like he's Macaulay Culkin, and the 911 lady's like, no. Don't
actually do that.
Yeah, and then he just hangs up.
Yeah, don't actually do that. And then we're back down at the party, and she's like, "What? Do you know what happens when you die?" And she's like, "Yeah, you lose all of your Instagram followers." That's crazy. I keep verping. I'm sorry, guys. He tries the rope trick where they tie like a sheet together and like yeet it out the window. That never works. I've never seen that work like exactly to what it should ever in a movie. And they catch him trying to get out, and they tie him up and bring him downstairs. And literally he regains consciousness and just looks over and he goes, why is he shirtless? Because there's one, it's Robbie Amell, who is Stephen Amell's cousin. And he's shirtless, which why wouldn't he be shirtless? What are we talking about here? If you looked like Robbie Amell, Eric, would you ever wear a shirt?
No.
Exactly. And I think that's what they say too. And they're like, look at him.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. That's what the cheerleader chick says.
Come on.
She goes, look at him.
Come on. If I had a six pack like that, I'd be pissed off if I had to wear a shirt someplace. All right. So she said, and then he retorts back saying, well, you need my blood to do this orgy. And they're like, yeah, that's not how orgies work.
I mean, maybe in the movie Blade, but
yeah, that's fucked up. Like a blorgy.
A blorgy.
Is that a blood orgy? Is a blorgy?
Everybody just cuts themselves.
Yeah.
Just bleeds everywhere.
That's just a goth orgy. I don't want to live anymore. Slice my wrist and fuck my ass.
Welcome to the blorgy.
I guess you're here. That's fine.
That'd be fucking a gnarly death metal album. Fucking name Blorgy. I mean, fucking Cannibal Corpse is a song called something about his dick pissing blood or blood coming out of his dick or some shit. So
It did the thing. Okay. Whose dicks is pissing what now? I'm sorry. I got distracted by the screensaver on your thing.
Cannibal Corpse. They have a song called like
Dick Blood Orgy.
Like blood comes out of my dick or something like that.
That's something you need to see a doctor about. Like he knows that, right? Is the lead singer of Cannibal Corpse okay?
Yeah, he's a fucking big ass nerd too.
Oh. Then he should know that when to, like, if you're pissing blood, go see somebody. Your kidneys are not okay. Anyway, moving on. Oh, he gets Sparta kicked by that one guy. Because he's tied to a chair and he's like trying.
Sorry, I had to figure. There's literally one. It's called "Shooting Blood from Your Cock."
Oh.
There's one song, and then the other one's called "I Come Blood." So
None of those sound pleasant. I'm just gonna. Maybe we go see a urologist. You know.
Anyway,
What a weird experience. Have you ever been to a urologist before? It's really weird.
Yeah, I have.
It's weird.
It is.
Like,
I had to get X-rays taken of my kidney one time, so
Yeah.
I had to fill up my bladder with like X-ray fluid, so I had to get a fucking catheter
Oh,
and shit. And yeah, it's an awkward time.
yeah. You're like, hello, complete stranger. It's
Yeah.
early in the morning. I'd really like you to touch my balls.
Yeah, I would really like enjoy this too.
Yeah.
Shoved up my wiener.
This is things you get to look forward to getting old, kids. All right. So anyway, this is Sparta kicked by Robbie ML, and he doesn't get to. He's trying to like saw off the ropes or whatever, and then where does the gun come in from? Oh, because the cops bust in. I didn't write down.
Yeah,
the
the cops bust in and the cops get killed.
Cops get killed like crazy right away.
Yeah.
And then one of them gets shot. Like the one girl, Allison, gets shot in the boob, and she just looks up and she's like, "You shot a girl in the boob."
She's like, they're never gonna be right. Who's gonna want to suck on my nipples? Like she literally said that, was worried about who's gonna want to see her tits or suck on her nipples because one of her tits is gonna be fucked up from a bullet hole.
And we're gonna do this from the rest from memory, guys, because the rest of my notes are not in here. So that happens. Yeah, there's a lot of boob talk from her. She's very worried about her boobs being lopsided. Is that a thing that women worry about?
I don't know.
We should talk about it sometime. We need to have a second opinion on that. Anyway, so after that, he gets away from there, and he runs out into the yard, and then the one guy's giving him chase. Mm-hmm. The big Robbie ML. He's kind of a good influence on him, despite trying to choke and murder him, because he makes him stands up to the bullies. Yeah. And even then he's like, I'm proud of you. You did the right thing. And then tries to murder him.
Yeah. And then he chases him up into the tree and tells him to climb the rope. And he's like, you can do it. Get up there. Get up there. Yeah, it was weird.
But I think he kills the Asian girl first. Yeah. Because he runs away and gets underneath the crawl space with the fucking mouse traps for spiders. And the Asian girl's following him down there, and she's like, I'm going to cut you because I got knives. Yeah. And he's like, oh, no, my God. He crawls through the crawl space and gets out on the other side, and he finds a flammable, like a aerosol, like I think it was bug spray or some shit, and a lighting thing, and he's just... And she's like, oh, you burned me a little bit. That's crazy. Didn't kill me, though. Yeah. And then, there's natural gas.
There was a firework underneath there, too.
Oh, that's what it was. They shot a firework at her. Yeah. And then exploded, and she, R.I.P. Yeah. Whatever her name is. She dies because you're not going to live through that.
Yeah, and then Robbie ML falls from the fucking the tree and gets hung.
Yeah, like he does this really weird, like, listen, I'm not going to let you die with egg on your face, and like wipes it off his face, and then he goes to do something and slips, and then he ends up getting hung from the tree.
Yeah, because he's got egg on his hand, so he couldn't grab the fucking branch.
So listen. Side note: you hang somebody, and they are hanged. They're not hung.
No, they're hung.
Hanged is the correct verbiage. That's crazy, isn't it?
No, it's hung.
It's not. It's hanged.
No,
I'm telling you.
It's
because I think it's wrong every time. I'm like, oh yeah, they hung from the tree, and like, no, they hanged them from the tree.
No,
there's no past tense. Hanged is hanged. And I've heard it on multiple podcasts, and I've seen it on multiple things. Yeah, it's not a thing.
Hey Google, use hung in a sentence.
On the website Merriam-Webster.com, they say, the standard rule for the past tense of hang is this: in almost all situations, you should use the word hung. I hung a picture of Noah Webster on the wall. After school, she hung out in the library. Use hanged when referring to a person being suspended by a rope around the neck until dead.
Told you. Why do I know that? I listened to Morbid. So yeah, that's crazy by itself. It's always hanged. There you go. So with two of them down, the black guy, what happens to him? I don't remember. That happened before everything else, didn't it?
I think he actually dies first.
Oh yeah, because he was going up when he was running up the stairs, he trips and falls on that award that goes right through his fucking skull.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was crazy too.
Yeah.
At least he got it good though. Like the one girl she comes back after being shot in the boob and threatens him. in the kitchen after he comes back from doing all this nonsense. And she's like, "You shot my tit," blah, blah, and is mad. And he's trying to protect himself. And then the one babysitter, B, comes up and like blows her whole fucking face off.
Yeah, with the shotgun.
That's crazy.
That's real life. That's what happens when you fuck with shotguns.
Well, it's like that South Park episode when Britney Spears gets her head blown off and it's just her tongue and she's like, "Oh."
Yeah, that's what happens. I've seen a very terrible video. Some dude fucking commit suicide on Facebook Live. And that's what...
So sidetrack episode.
Yeah.
But in our time, there was Faces of Death.
Dude, this is fucked because literally the episode of fucking Morbid Rachel was listening, because that's all she listens to in the car. They were talking about Rotten.com and Faces of Death. And shit, I don't know what I only caught the chunk of it.
People who don't know, don't look it up. Because we grew up in an age...
I don't think Rotten.com is even online anymore.
I'm afraid to look it up.
I don't care. I'll look it up.
But we had this thing called Faces of Death, and you would rent it from from the movie thing, and you'd watch people get like, it's crazy. I can't even.
People getting hit by fucking trains and
it's crazy
accidents, and you fucking
when you were
die.
I think that fucked me up worse than I thought when we watched it in like late teens, early 20s. But that was what you did. You got around. You did a couple illicit substances, and you watched people die on camera and pretended that it was okay. That's what happened there. Are you still looking up if Rotten.com's the thing?
Yeah, I don't.
They take it away finally? It's probably
launched in 1996.
Holy shit. You know how long it would have...
The final update was February 2012.
Okay.
And then the front page was last archived in February 2018.
Yeah, that makes sense. We don't need that anymore.
I mean, that was up there with Pain Olympics. That was another one.
Yeah.
Where they had, like, the dude that, like, cut his own tongue off and shit. Like, or dudes, they, like, cut their dick off for, like, weird shit. Yeah.
I'm just shaking my head and getting dizzy when I'm doing it. I'm like, no. Okay. So after that, she is pissed off because now he grabs the book because he's like, "You're not going to do this whole satanic thing because, deals with the devil are bad." To which I say, what's the deal? She's like, "You can get anything you want.
Yeah.
You just have to sell your soul."
She said she used to be smaller and not have any boobs and shit, and so her thing was to wish to be hot.
Yeah. To which I say, where do I sign? Not that where do I sign? What are the stipulations?
Right.
I need to see the fine print before I sign on this, because it doesn't sound necessarily like a bad idea. Because she can get. I've never seen somebody clean up a crime scene as quick as this bitch can clean up a crime scene.
Right.
Because there are people. There should be nothing. You could. Black light in that place would just. Yeah. Fucking. It would look like a rave in there. You know what I mean? So. Then they give chase because he sets fire to her book and she's pissed off because she can't keep doing this deal. And he gets over to his girlfriend's place and is like, "I'm going to protect you," because she's trying to break into the house. And they're like, and then they kiss and he's like, "Hell yeah." And then he
about to have a blorgy.
Yeah. And so he gets over into the house and then he runs back out and grabs that car, the small dick mobile. Okay. There are many ways he could have stopped her with that shotgun. Many.
Yeah.
Why was the way that he chose to take a car, drive it into his own house, crushing her?
Fortnite logic. Isn't that what I do? To just drive into shit?
It's true. I'm just saying.
Fucking me and Mark and Carlos have been doing the last few times with the three of us is I'll find a car and drive, and the two of them hang out the windows, and we just drive up to gunfights and just fucking be like, "Riverside, bitch!" and just fucking do drive-bys and fucking kill people and then fucking take off.
Okay. Why not? So that happens, and then the parents come back because they're like, "Oh my God, my kid's almost dead." Can you imagine coming back to this? You have a child now.
I want to talk about the fucking scene or did she get a phone call or what the fuck ever happened? When she's just sitting, they're both sitting there and she's giving him a hand job and like the worst.
Yeah.
They're both bored. She's
Yeah.
just like doing it and he's like reading something and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It was like the most unenthusiastic fucking hand job ever.
Like, oh my God, we'll be home. Yeah. It's because of the jorts. So, and then after that, there's at the very end, they're sitting down there and they're talking about like how he's just like this changed person or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's the last jump scare. They go back in and they're trying to, clear out the rubble and stuff like that. And she's in there and she comes out of nowhere and just screams at the camera.
Well, that moment with the two of them talking was a lot more sentimental.
I skipped past it, so go for it, Eric. Do you remember it?
No, I just remember her saying to him, "You never told me your team," and then he said, "Whoever," and then he said, "And then the last two people were going to be you and me," and she was like, "You never said we could use us," and then like they had a whole heartfelt moment where like she was like, "I actually really liked you," and whatever else, and really cared for you, and then they both cried, and then yeah, and I had to do the RuPaul thing. When every time a queen fucking cries, they go like this and just touch their eyelashes so they don't fuck their makeup up. So I'm just like, I'm not crying. No, I just got some dust on my eyelashes.
Yeah. And that's the movie because the parents come back and they have the last jump scare.
Yeah,
that was it. But I really fucking love that movie. And did you rate it on Letterboxd?
No, I didn't.
You gotta start.
I keep forgetting.
What would you give it? Out of 5?
Like out of 5?
Yeah.
Probably like 3.75.
That's fair. I gave it a 4 because I really do love this movie.
Yeah.
Is it perfect? No. Is it fun? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Way more fun than MGK Demon that we had last week. And then I put, for my review, I'm going to start my own Babysitters Club with demonic packs and Protestants. That was my review. Makes sense.
Right.
So, and then we'll talk about what Eric's going to do. I don't know. I'll put it on the website we do have a website, but I'll put it on the Instagram once you figure it out.
We'll figure it out if we're going to do the fucking quiet on the set shit or not.
Yeah, I got to do that.
I'm getting a phone call. Bill collectors. Anyway. So that was The Babysitter. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's not underneath the ad paywall.
Thank God.
Apparently, they've done that with random shows because dude I work with was watching Walking Dead and he went to go watch it because he's been watching it. They're like, sorry, you need to get the fucking no ad fucking Netflix. And he's like,
French.
fuck this.
French.
He's like, fuck all this. So, well, yeah, check it out.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
No, because I'm freaking out, guys. So I just Snapchatted, my friend, right? And I, walked through, and now the alarm's going off. So I was walking through here, and whenever you get right here, you can see something behind me. And I watched it, I did a playback, before I sent it to him, right? And,
So, that clip is going wild on the internet right now. Because there's apparently a dude standing behind him in one of the hallways. You could see it there's a face.
Yeah.
And in the second clip, when they shows that one where he's just talking about how he doesn't feel good and stuff like that, you can hear the
Yeah.
and I'm like, huh. So Eric, We ready?
Okay.
Is it a ghost or a crackhead?
I'm gonna say a ghost because during he's walking around, you can still hear the fucking shit.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
And he couldn't hear it.
Yeah. You can't pay off the ghost. You can pay off a crackhead.
Yeah. No, I showed somebody at work the other video that we watched the other night when that dude's fucking Alexa thing kicked on.
No.
And it went tee-hee, tee-hee. And it goes, a seance is trying to reach someone from the dead. And then the light, and then it goes, I learned a new skill. Would you like to see it? And the light turned red and then the fucking door opened by itself. And and the guy's like, no. And you hear it, tee-hee, tee-hee. And it was just fucking talking.
The quickest, I would unplug that Alexa and throw it out into the front yard.
Yeah.
It would never come back again.
Yeah. What was that other shit that I sent you and you said no?
Oh, it's the time jump thing.
Yeah.
Glitches in the Matrix. Slowly Eric is figuring out. That freaks me out more than ghost stuff does. Because ghost stuff, I'll just be like, ooh, that's creepy. But then, like, people who just kind of show up in places or stuff just kind of like pops up someplace when you know it wasn't there. That's weird. And I hate that the most.
Yeah. This guy has a whole fucking, let me go back, conversation. He's called Kalen Ghost Hunter or something. I don't know. But yeah, this guy's doing a little interview. And
last year, where every month I'd go live in a haunted location for a week and set up cameras and stream it the entire time. And my wife, it's just like any other investigation, we're doing it. And then some guy starts coming through. His name was Raymond. I always ask, what year is it for you? Like, that's a question I've asked from the beginning because I feel like a lot of them don't realize they're dead if they're dead. And they may not be dead. Yeah. So he said 2082. 2082, I was like, that's in front of me, not behind me. Yeah. He thought I was a ghost. So, like, he's asking me to, like, knock on the wall. He thought I was the ghost that he was ghost hunting for in the same space that I was in now. I had this idea. I'm like, okay, so what's your grandfather's name? Because your grandfather's probably on Facebook. I get on Facebook, and I find this guy that matches the exact city that this dude said he was from. And then he's, like, deep in interdimensional travel and astral projection threads. And right when I found his page and started scrolling on it, it said, this is getting dangerous. I have to go. And it just stopped. I did this thing last year where
Yeah, I don't. No, thank you.
yeah.
I never thought that the past and the future. I can't do it.
It fucks with whole dimension, space continuum.
No, thank you.
Like he was talking about. That's like an episode of Ghost Hunters from a long time ago. Like the OG Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
And Home Dude's doing a thing, and he's like talking to this little girl ghost, and he's like, "Where are you?" And you could hear her go, "I'm right here. Where are you?" Like she could hear them but couldn't see them, and me and Rachel were like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. So that shit's fucking weird.
It's getting closer to spooky season. This is what we do.
Yeah, we watch spooky videos and then we watch fail videos or something funny, so we're not creeped out before we have to fucking go to bed.
Before I have weird ass dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, the one video we watched of the ghost across the room, I swear to God, looked like the same thing that I saw when I thought Rachel came home and it wasn't her.
I told you, I don't think I told it on the podcast, but I've told you that weird story about that one dream I had with me, you, and your kid.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah, I haven't said it online here, but so the dream I had was after we were watching super creepy like compilation videos. Look at this. So I had a dream that we were recording the podcast, so I'm like, yeah, that can happen. And you did the thing. Eric, you're never here in Amityville Studios, which we didn't do that, did we? Welcome back to Amityville Studios, the trap home. He does this thing where he'll lift like the curtains a specific way, like when he thinks he hears something or sees something, and you did that.
Yeah.
And then you just give me this look that I've never seen from you before. And I'm like, okay, like, and then you don't stop recording and you just take off to the back of the house. And I'm like, well, you might have had to piss or something. Who knows? So I'm just trying to fill time. And all of a sudden I see this door just fling open. So I've never moved this fast. That's how I knew it was a dream. I pushed the door back because I'm like, I thought it was the wind, but then I feel somebody kicking it. to try and keep it open and trying to get in. And I can hear them yelling on the other side of the thing like they're going to get in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa! Like trying to gather myself, and I'm trying to keep them out. And I'm like yelling for you because I'm like, hey, this is happening and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you don't come for a very long time. So I'm like, oh God, he's dead. He's puking. What's going on?
Yeah.
And then your kid is in the living room with us and he's like not knowing what to do. And I'm like, yo, get in the other room if that's what your dad is.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep him out and keep your kid safe. And then you come out of nowhere and then you have something in your hand and you're like, let it go. I'm like, all right. And the person, like, I feel him like lunge, like he's going to push in. And I let go of the door and he falls in here and we just start beating his ass. And then we kick him out into the front yard and we start just like beating the shit out of him.
Right on.
And then I woke up.
Word.
Yeah.
Riverside, bitch.
I didn't know what to do at first, but you're like, let it happen.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be paranoid. Fucking someone's gonna be trying to bust in the door.
Yeah. And it was during. Well, oh shit! I shouldn't have said what time of day it was. We can't record during the day anymore.
Oh fuck! On that note, now that I'm all creeped out,
Yeah.
we're gonna end the episode here. So go ahead and hit him with all the social shit.
Yeah, you can check us out at Wider Range of Convo on Instagram. I'm gonna be posting some more stuff on there. Again, shout out TNT Toys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be spending probably more money there than I'd like to, but we love you, so that's okay. You can also check me out on all my socials. I am not charted on everything. Eric is _Eric ___989. Verp again. We are on the 989 network, which is 989.network. We also now have Mighty Morphin Millennial Rangers, which hopefully this week we're going to get a couple more in the can for that.
Which is separate from this, so you're gonna have to look it up on Spotify.
Spideify.
Yes, Spideify. After a fucking hell of trying to get the damn thing to fucking set up.
That was wild. I got to get us. There's ways we can get on Amazon and stuff like that. I'll show you how to do it.
But yeah, go search Mighty Morphin Millennial Rangers, and you'll find that as a separate show with me and Rick and Sean.
Right now, it's strictly on Spotify just for contingency purposes. Right now, we want to get a couple episodes before I put everything out on Amazon and Google and Partridge in a Pear Tree. But let us know. I'd like to see if you guys like it. I should probably get an Instagram for that going too, but I'm terrible at things. So. But yeah, well, that'll be eventually. It's just gonna be Mighty Morphin Millennial Rangers on everything if I can. So,
right. I'm gonna be getting a order of more stickers in here soon. So if anybody wants a sticker,
let us
or
know.
anything, fucking let us know. I'll pop that bitch in an envelope. It won't cost me nothing except for the cost of the stamp. I'll pop some stickers in. You put them all over. I want to see. I know there's people out in New York that listen to us. Maybe they can put our stickers on fucking street signs.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right.
We can't get a billboard like Caleb has, but we can.
Does he fucking have a billboard for real?
Yeah, Scream is on the Morbid Network, and they have a billboard. And they had a billboard in Times Square.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, go us. Go him, honestly. Shout out Caleb. I'm glad he's back. His Instagram stories were super fun to watch when he was back in California at that music fest. I'm like, the more older I get, the more I'm like, I could fucking never. It's like 4 or 5 days just hanging out there. Just like, I'm like, oh. I could go for like a day and then I'm like, all right, I'm done.
So you're not going to come with me to the gathering if I ever decide to go?
I will go for the day. I'm not staying for longer than that. And I think that's fair.
Yeah. They have different shit on different days, but
No.
Regardless, thanks for checking out this episode. We will be back again with another one sometime, hopefully soon here. We're going to bust out some more Mighty Morphin Millennial Rangers and do some other shit. So in the meantime, check everything out. Hit us up, support, share, like, do all those wonderful things. And the more support we get, the more it gives me motivation to get shirts and shit. Because right now I'm just going to, if I get shirts, it's just going to be for you and me. And maybe a couple other people.
We have our episode that we did. Oh my God. I almost called Unsalted Pringles.
Yeah.
The one where we covered that movie, Saltburn.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It was actually one of our top rated shows. So
right on.
Means I got to start doing more work.
But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time around. Peace out.
Peace.
Did you enjoy this episode? Then check out more at 999.network, Mid-Michigan's premier podcast network.